Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go!
Jimmy Carr's bringing his Terribly Funny tour to Australia. He's going to be playing Mandra, of all places, plus several shows at Riverside Theatre in Perth in early March. Tickets from bonepresents.com. Mr. Carr, good morning.
Well, I can't believe your luck. I'm a little bit disappointed that Sean's not there, but I'll make do, I guess.
Okay. I know, you would love sport, right? Love talking about football, Australian rules football?
Australian rules are, frankly, the only rules. That's the only rules I care about. I don't know. South Sydney Rabbitohs. Go Rabbitohs. Sure.
Close.
Jimmy, I have to go through this every morning. Every morning there are two sports reports, and sport's not me. So I just fling crap at it and see what sticks.
Right, sure. I mean, just, go local sports team. I don't know who it is in Perth, but go Perth. I tell you, I'm doing a lot of press. I tell you where I'm playing, right? I'm doing the Riverside gig in Perth, and they sold, I think maybe something went wrong with the COVID vaccine, and it got into people's brains, and it's affected the way people think in Australia. The long and the short of it is I've sold a lot of tickets.
Oh, mate.
So something's not right? So I've sold out the Riverside. So now I'm playing the Perth RAC Arena.
Oh,
are you?
That's where they play. That's where they play the basketball.
I've sold out. Now, in a controversial move, I'm going to be doing a stand-up comedy show, not basketball.
Wow.
It's something a bit different. I don't have enough friends to play basketball, so I'm just going to be telling jokes to people. But I think it might be fun. I think it might just work.
Yeah, and I do love the warning that you got to give people, and that is, comedy is supposed to be funny, so leave your morals at the door. And because we really connect with that, Jimmy. See, us as a group, our team, some of the stuff we say to each other, we don't realise that we're monsters until someone else gets brought into it and we see their facial expressions change. My favourite thing about you and your comedy is when you just start slagging off people in the crowd because it's so funny and they're really excited to get roasted. My question to you is it hard for you to switch that off because you tour so much when you just go out into the world? Is your automatic thing is just to start roasting strangers or people at a cafe, or how is that?
Yeah, I think it is. That's my kind of default mode. Yeah, and if people can't take a joke, it's great, right? It's kind of, for me, it's self-selecting, right? So if people can take a joke, great, they laugh, and if people can't take a joke, we were never gonna get along. We were never gonna be friends. I don't need them in my life. So the people that I'm joking with get that it's a joke, and the people that take it seriously genuinely can F off.
And that also then becomes the joke, right? Yeah.
Win-win.
Yes.
Win-win.
Do you have any friends at all, Jimmy?
But I mean, it's that thing though where you go, I think that's what Australia kind of has in common with Britain. Like, if someone can't take a joke, it's kind of the worst thing you can say about someone, right?
Yeah.
It's like if someone can't take a joke, you go, oh, really? This guy? The worst.
It's, you know what it is? It's go woke or go broke, what everyone's saying at the moment. And you're the most unwoke person that I know. But yet you are. I think that
I'm rich. I'm rich, baby.
Yeah. But I don't think, you're not a bigot, you're not a racist, you're none of those things. And you wouldn't. And I know that you don't support any of that. But yet your jokes are so out there. People understand. If you go online, people are treated like they're idiots. People won't get that it's a joke. People get jokes from the head, not from the heart. Yeah.
This isn't hate speech. These are jokes, and it's fun, and
words that
people
are funny.
Laughing. And I wouldn't have a career if there was anything hateful in it. It's there's no agenda here other than come out and have a laugh. And actually, after the last couple of years that people have had, there is something to be said for being in a room with other people with the same sense of humor as you and feeling that sense of kind of community. For a moment, even more so than music, being out at a comedy show is a little bit special. Making, it's going to be, 10,000 people in that arena, making them all laugh at the same time. It's an involuntary noise, the laughter, the motion. I'm basically like an international drug dealer, right? I'm traveling the world. The drug that I deal in is endorphins, which is it's the best drug there is. It's dopamine, right?
Yeah.
It's the same stuff that's in cocaine. And border control cannot touch me for it because the drugs are on you. I just get there, tickle them out, I take the money, and I run away. It's perfect. It's the perfect crime. is what I'm involved in.
Yeah, it is. What I love about you, Jimmy, is that you are prepared, as well as dishing it out, you do cop it. And, I mean, you alluded to there, you're going to make a lot of money. And famously, everybody gives you stick about having trouble with the tax man. And you always...
Well, this is why I'm coming to Australia.
Yeah, right.
Australia it's offshore for me.
Next show's in the Cayman Islands, yeah.
And unless I've made a massive miscalculation, I'll be fine. Yeah, I had some issues with my tax affairs. I mean, listen, I'm the only person I know that would have been better off financially taking advice from a Nigerian general over email. You want to know? I'll level with you if you're interested. Do you want to know how much money I saved in tax?
Yeah.
You want to know how much I saved?
What?
Nothing, despite quite a lot of effort on my part.
Is it really hard to do a tour where everyone has to pay cash at the door so there's no paper trail?
It's the only way to do a tour, isn't it? I mean, I'm not doing it in the arena, the RAC. I'm just doing one show that night. But I'm in the Riverside Theatre. I'm doing 2 shows every night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's one for me, one for them. That's how I think of it. One for me, one for them.
I know
You take this, I'm keeping the rest.
I know John Cleese says he tours every time he gets divorced because he's got a divorce to pay for. What are you saving up for?
I mean, I live pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
But really, the touring's just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
I thought you might buy a
Yeah,
village
like-
like Ed Sheeran is or something
The
like that.
The problem with touring is work is more fun than fun. That's the issue with my job, right?
Yeah.
If I have a night off and go out with friends, I'm pretty sure none of my friends are listening to this right now. I hope not. But I mean, it's more fun for me to be at work than out with friends. That's a terrible thing to say, but it's just true.
You
It's
need
just
better friends.
I kind of get halfway through dinner and go, I hate the way 2,000 people are laughing at me. This is boring.
Yes, yeah. I want 10,000
Yeah.
people laughing at me, yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Hey Jimmy, can you tell everyone? I've been doing a deep dive into just some of the shows that I love about yours. I last year got a chance to drive a Tesla, and I was very excited about it. And then I saw you tell your story about how you came to own a Tesla. Can you give everyone?
I know. I own a Tesla. Okay, so I went to a shopping mall near where I live, which is called Westfield. It's a huge shopping mall, and they've got garages underneath. I was in there. I had nothing to do. I'd had something to eat. I'd had a coffee, and there's a Tesla garage in the shopping mall, right? So I was kind of amused by the idea you can now buy a car at the mall. So I go and I start chatting to the guy. He recognized me. He says, "Do you want to go for a test drive?" I went, "Yeah, great." So me and the missus are test driving this, and they're the Tesla X, I think it's called. It's the one with the
uppity
it's got,
doors,
the suicide doors, like something from Star Trek, the whoosh doors that lift up at the back.
Yeah,
it's cool, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're test driving the car. Mrs. is next to me. I think it's great. It's like a go-kart. I don't really need a new car. I've got a Range Rover. So we're driving this thing. I'm going. It's fun to drive. I like it. We go around Shepherd's Bush in West London, and then we go back into the Westfield shopping centre, which is huge, and we get lost in the car park. Like a tourist. We get lost in the car park, and the guy from Tesla is sitting in the back, and he goes, whoa, stop the car. I'll move those cones over there, and then the charging station's just on the other side of those.
Yes.
I say, no problem. So whoosh, the door goes up. He gets out, moves the bollards. Now, I'm famously a very nice guy. I'm a stand-up guy. I'm a gentleman. So I go to, the guy's 50 yards away, he's just moved the bollards. So I go to collect him so he can get back in the car. And bang! I take the door off the Tesla. There's a gantry above
Jimmy.
that I haven't noticed. I didn't realize the door was open. There's no wind inside this place. I take the door off the Tesla, and it's not fully off. It's hanging by one power cable. So it's like the Terminator. It's not dead yet, but it's nearly dead. And it's coming off the back. And the guy's jaw, pretty much hits the floor. And I wound down the window. Which was still working, and I let my head out the window, and I said, "I'll take it."
But he said
and then I added, "Not this one.
Not this one.
This one is
slightly damaged.
This one's a write-off, my friend."
And now you know what? And now that I've always said it right, if you make it in the world, you need a car that has uppity doors.
Yes, that's right. And Jimmy's proven that.
And now you've got a car that's got uppity doors.
Well, it's one uppity door.
And also, uppity doors, Jimmy, if you made it in this world, you've got an uppity doors and you've got an ice maker inset in your fridge. and the water dispenser. That to me means you've made it.
I don't know if I've got an ice maker in the fridge, but I'll ask my staff and I'll get it.
All right. Well, if you want Jimmy Carr to have even more money, come and see him.
Oh, I want him to have more money. Bring
that's
cash.
right.
Bring cash.
BohmPresents.com. That's BOHM Presents.com is where you can get tickets to go and see
Yeah.
the great man. Thank you so much for talking to us, Jimmy.
Okay, and love to Sean. I hope he gets through whatever's happened. I'm it's,
Genuinely
a lot
worried?
of guys his
Yeah.
age. No, I think it's very rare. It's very rare to take a day off with erectile dysfunction, but
I
you
know,
know what?
it's so
It-
weird.
Yes, I
yeah, but you
know.
know what? If you can't get it up, then you can't get up, apparently,
You know,
and come
that's
to
right.
work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
100%.
All right. Bye, Jimmy.
I love you, Jimmy. Thanks, buddy.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.